All right. And so we're live. Hey, parents, do you know? My name's Gray Matthews, and I run Empowered STEM. And Empowered STEM is an A-level course provider, and we provide A-level courses in chemistry, biology, physics, and maths for those students that want to attend medical, dental, veterinary, financial, and engineering programs at the chosen university in the UK. So, tonight, it's kind of a little controversial live stream, okay? And what I want to do is I want to talk about imitators. So tonight's topic is why imitators can't deliver real results. Trust the experts for A-star success. And I want to start off by telling a story, and it's a really sad story. And so the story is a long time ago, I lived in the States and I was watching television, and there was a talk show host by the name of Dr. Phil. And Dr. Phil was one of these self-help gurus. And he had on his show a young woman. And this was the follow-up show. A young woman, and they showed the very first show. And the show was, she was 18 and she decided to have plastic surgery. So, oof, the audience goes, oof, because 18, they showed the photograph, attractive woman, nothing wrong with her, but she decided to have plastic surgery, and specifically, she wanted to have rhinoplasty. She wanted to have a nose job. And Dr. Phil's eyebrow raised like this because you're not supposed to have plastic surgery when you're that young. But she decided that she couldn't afford the best. She couldn't invest in the best plastic surgeons, which was the Beverly Hills plastic surgeons. What she would do is that she would go for a cheap imitation, and she went for, air quote, plastic surgeons in Mexico. And the young woman was wearing a scarf at the time, and she takes her scarf off. And this was the result of the plastic surgery. She didn't have a nose. There was a hole in her face where the nose was meant to be. And it was really, really horrific because she had gone with the cheap knockoff and not the actual best, the best. And the reason that I mention this is because parents, you need to know the difference between imitation and expertise. There's a lot of people out there right now in the marketplace. This is a season, you'll see it. There's a lot of people out there that are trying to replicate what we do at Empowered STEM. And the problem with doing that is that they don't have the deep knowledge, they don't have the resources, and they don't have the experienced team of specialists that we do at Empowered STEM. So you're not going to get the same results. Just like the young woman went for the cheap, dare I say, plastic surgeons in Mexico, and she didn't get the same results as she could have got if she had gone for the Beverly Hills plastic surgeons. And the reason is because with us at Empowered STEM, what you get is that you get an experienced team. You get an experienced team of specialists that understand the pathway to success that your team needs to follow in order to earn the top grades in chemistry, biology, physics, and maths. Because it isn't just tutors, parents. Look, anybody can tutor A-level chemistry, for example. All you need to do is go onto the internet, onto the tutor clearing website, and you'll find some university student that's willing to do it for £10 an hour. This is the cheap version of it. But really, is that what you want for your teen? Or do you want to go with the group of specialists, which is what you get when you work with Empowered STEM? Because with us, your teen works with a group of specialists who have the strategies and the experience and the data that they need in order to help your teen walk the pathway to success. What we have is a proven pathway. We have a set of strategies that we know work. We have the experience of running these courses year after year, and we have the data to prove that what we do actually works because we don't work on assumptions, which is what the competition does. Well, try this, see if it works. It should work, shouldn't it? Just like the plastic surgeons in Mexico assumed that it should work when, well, they were hacking the woman's face off because they didn't know what they were doing. They were taking her nose off. Because at Empowered STEM, what we have is that we have proven resources and methodologies that we know work. And the reason we know that they work is because we've had years of practice doing this. So we have a set of resources, we have a set of methods that we know will help your teen earn the A and the A star in A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths. But parents, just like it takes a long time to become a board certified plastic surgeon, the one that works in Beverly Hills, it takes time, it takes testing, and it takes a deep understanding of A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths in order to put a course together like the one that we offered at Empower STEM. It's not something that you can put together overnight, and it's not something that you can put together by copying somebody else. Because think back to it, parents. In school, do you recall the kid who copied off the other one? How do you think he's doing? Do you think they really understood what the teacher was talking about? Or do you think possibly they kind of had a glib understanding of it? Right. I think you would agree that no, you probably want somebody that has a deep understanding of A-level chemistry, has done testing, and has put the time and the effort in, just like you would want an experienced plastic surgeon if you were going in for plastic surgery. Okay? Because at Empowered STEM, what we have is that we have an unmatched commitment to student success. You won't find anybody on the internet that is more passionate about student growth than we are. Because to us, parents, it isn't just about grades. Like I said, anybody can teach your teen A-level chemistry. You can go for the cheap option of one-to-one. You can go for the cheap option of group tutoring. You can be caught in the cost trap. You can play catch up to a C. But is it really going to offer the same level of service that we offered? Because with us at Empowered STEM, what we're doing is that we're actually providing teaching your teen, your son, your daughter, a set of skills that's going to allow them to be successful not only in A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths, but in the step up to university, and not only be successful in university, but also when they get out of university, life in general. Because, like I said, it's about the passion for student growth. It's about making sure that your team becomes the best version of themselves and not just results on a piece of paper. Now, talking about results, parents, what you need is that you need results that you can see and you can trust. What you need is proof, proof that the education provider that you're going with can get the top grades, can get students into competitive programs. Now, with us, we get students the top grades again and again and again. We get students A and A star grades in A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths. Now, did you notice how I said A star grades? Because parents, anybody can get onto the internet and just say, oh, A star, A star, A star. Is that really real? I mean, think about it. Does every student that goes through a course or goes through the group tutoring, do they always end up with an A star? Or is the tutor running the group tutoring, are they hand selecting the testimonials? With us, our testimonials are real. Yes, we have students who get an A and students who get an A star. 1 out of 5 students will get an A star. 1 out of 3 will get an A. Now, our students not only get the top grades, but they become competitive candidates for competitive programs in top universities around the world. So our students have gone into Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, Yale, Division One schools, Red Brick University, Russell Group universities. They've got into the most competitive programs for medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, financial, and engineering programs. They've attended universities such as King's and UCL. Okay. Now, the reason why they do this is simple. Like I said, it goes beyond the grades because our students, when they graduate from our courses, they have a sense of confidence and they have a sense of readiness to attack the next thing that they put their mind to. Now, parents, imagine if your teen had an unwavering sense of confidence in their ability, that they could have the self-confidence to be able to take anything that life throws them, whether it's academics or just university or just life in general. Wouldn't that be a wonderful feeling for your teen to have? And that comes from having a strong set of skills and a strong set of strategies. So they have the confidence and they have the readiness because, like I said, they have the skills and they have the strategies because we teach them in our courses. Not only along with the chemistry, the biology, the physics, and maths, what we do in our courses is that we help transform your teen into the type of A-level student that would get the A and the A star grades in maths and science. But like I said, there's a lot of noise on the internet. All the one-on-one tutors, all of the tutors running the group tutoring programs, they're all out there, all posting ads at this time of the year. Now, what you need to do is you need to be able to navigate the noise on the internet and trust what you see or what you hear. Because at the end of the day, parents, anybody can put a good website together. You pay somebody on Fiverr, they can put a good website together and it looks slick. It looks nice. It looks smooth. Anybody can put together catchy marketing, sound bites, and catchphrases, and it sounds really good until you think about it with a critical eye and you think, what a load of hot air. Because what I need you to do, parents, is this. What I need you to do is to look deeper into the competition. Look deeper into the noise that you see because they're all posting the same thing. They all say, oh, we'll help get your teen an A or an A star in A level chemistry in 12 weeks. And if we don't, we'll work with your teen for free until they do. And you've got to stop for a moment, parents. You've just got to think. It's a pattern interrupt. You just got to think, does that really make sense? Can they really get my teen an A or an A star in 12 weeks? Are they really going to work with my teen for free until they do? Until you look at the small print, and what you find is, well, it depends on what grade your teen came in with, isn't it? They came in with an A or a B, well, of course they can move up to an A star or an A. But what happens if they come in with something lower, like a C or a D? Are they able to handle that? Are they really going to work with your teen for free? Or is it that they're just going to put them in to keep them in the same group tutoring program with 98 students in a webinar and one tutor? You've just got to pause for a minute, parents. You just got to stop and put your thinking cap on and think, hmm, something something doesn't sound right about this one. Now, with us, you're more than welcome to look at what we do a lot more deeply as well, because we have real testimonials. Like I said, our students get A and they get A star grades. Notice they don't all get A stars. They get A and they get A stars. There's a mixture. That's fine. And with us, you can talk to the parents that have been, whose teens have been through our program. Absolutely. We have nothing to hide at all because we stand behind our courses because we know that what we offer is the best. Because what you have to think about, parents, is this, is do the imitators out there, do they really understand what it takes to achieve top grades in maths and science at A level? Or are they just trying to make a quick buck at the expense of your teen? Just like the plastic surgeons, air quote, from Mexico took advantage of the young woman, promised her the world, and she was left disfigured for life. Because the question that I want you to ask yourself, parents, is this. What's the price for you settling for less? Less than the best, okay? There's a financial consideration, there's an academic consideration, and there's a time consideration. So, financially, let's say that you do go with the competition. You do get stuck in the cost trap. You listen to their catchy marketing and their slick website. What happens if your teen doesn't earn an A or an A star in A level chemistry, for example? Well, I guess they can do a foundation year at university at the cost of £9,000 a year. Or maybe they can do a degree that they don't really want to do for 3 years, and then they can go to medical school. So Is it £9,000 for 1 year of a foundation year? Is it £27,000 for a degree that they don't want? Or is it £36,000 because they got to do a foundation year and a degree that they don't want? Academically, if they don't achieve an A or an A star, what option do they have? They have to do a reset. They have to take a gap year. You got to take they have to do a reset. And assuming they do on the second time around get an A or an A star, they're not going to university for medical school, the top 5 medical schools in the UK. They now have to go overseas to somewhere in Europe, do a medical degree over there, and then they have to recertify to get them be able to work in the medical field in the UK. And of course, there's the time consideration. If your teen doesn't earn the A or the A star, it's at least 1 year for a gap year. And then, like I said, they've got to do a degree and then go into medical school. Is it really worth the gamble, parents, to save a bit of money and rather than invest in your teen's education, gamble on your teen's education? Because at Empowered STEM, we believe it's better to invest in your teen's education because we know that what we provide is real value. Because with us, you're investing in results and you're investing in confidence. You're investing in results because we will help your teen walk the pathway up to an A or an A star in A-level maths and science. And we will instill in your teen a level of confidence and motivation that allows them to be the best version of themselves so that they will get the top grades they can earn and they will be competitive candidates for the top universities in the UK. Because parents, what you need is you need a true partner in education, not just a tutoring service. Anybody can put a website up. They can put the contact information onto a tutoring website and tutor for £10 an hour. Anybody can do group tuition, but it takes the experts, it takes specialists to be able to run a course that gets your teen results. Because what we do at Empowered STEM is that we partner with you and your teen. And so we partner with your teen and we help them walk the pathway to success. We're with them every step of the way. And it isn't just some generic pathway, some one size fits all. It's a blueprint to success that we know that we have the data and we have the experience will help your teen earn the results that they want, the A and the A star, and grow into the type of student that they need to be to secure those top grades. Now, this is a decision that you have to make. Is it worth going with the competition and going for the cheap option, get caught in the cost trap? Or do you think maybe it's better investing in your teen's education and working with a course provider such as ourselves that has the experience to get your teen the grade that they want. Now, going back to the story that I mentioned at the beginning of this live stream, they interviewed the young woman because it was a two-part interview. And so the very first time that she came out and she took her head wrap off and she didn't have a nose. Luckily, and the audience gasped, by the way, they just gasped. Luckily, Dr. Phil said, well, I've been in contact with the best plastic surgeons in Beverly Hills. The plastic surgeons that work with the top celebrities, the A-list actors and actresses, and they're willing to donate their time and their services and correct this horrendous, this awful, this tragic mistake. Now, it took a while, a couple of years. The young woman is back on the TV show with Dr. Phil. And when she took her mask off this time, she had a nose. And they asked her about it. And she said, you know what? The plastic surgeons, they had to take bone out of my arm to reconstruct a nose. And I had to go through numerous operations and skin grafts and everything else in order to reconstruct a nose. And she said, you know, the one thing, Dr. Phil, the one thing I wish I could do is I wish I could go back in time to when I was 18 years old. And I decided I made the wrong decision and I went with the cheap option of going to Mexico and having plastic surgery. I wish I could go back in time and stop myself and say, hold on, here's a photograph of what you're going to look like after the botched plastic surgery. And this is all the pain and all the suffering that you're going to have to go through in order to reconstruct your nose. Isn't it a better idea to invest with the Beverly Hills plastic surgeons and get it done right the first time rather than go with the cheap option? So parents, it's the same question that I ask you. Isn't it better to invest with an experienced course provider such as us rather than go with a cheap option that the competition is offering, knowing full well that you're gambling with your teen's academic future, career, and quality of life? Now, I know parents that you're probably thinking, well, I have a couple of questions, Graham, because you raise a good point. And hopefully what I'm saying to you is resonating with you, parents. And maybe you're thinking, well, I have a couple of questions. What do I do? Well, it's natural to have questions. So all you need to do is this, is whatever this live stream is being streamed, I believe it on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, move over to Facebook, send us a message. And a member of my team, they'll reach out to you, a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and you can have a non-obligation chat. You can talk to the member of my team and they'll answer all of your questions about our courses, about what we do, what we offer. You can ask any question that you want. Because at the end of the day, parents, I think what you want is this. You and your teen you want two things. Number one is your teen, they want to feel as if they've been given the best opportunity. They're working with the best specialists, the best resources, and the best environment to more likely achieve the A and the A star in A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths, so that they feel on results day, when they get their results, they open up the envelope, they take out the paper, they can say, Mum, Dad, hand on the heart, this is the absolute best I can do. I know that I couldn't have done any better in A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths. This is it. I can now move on from this chapter to the next chapter of my life, and I can apply to the competitive programs at my chosen university in the UK, knowing that I couldn't have done any better. And parents, don't you just want to feel that you've done everything you can to support your teen? That you've given them the best support, the best resources, the best environment to be in order to lock in to secure those top grades in A-level chemistry, biology, physics, and maths? Because I think at the end of the day, what you and your teen want is to feel you've done everything that you should have done, that you made the right decision. And so you're not second guessing yourself, and you're feeling that you've done everything right. So, parents, hope I answered the question for you. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.